Ciao. Go on.
Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and one of the best surprises from E3 was, yeah, of course Metroid, but also WarioWare. It has been a long time. The last brand new traditional WarioWare was in 2007, 14 years ago. The series hasn't been starved. We've had DIY and Game & Wario and WarioWare Gold, the compilation game. These are all very good, but I've been wanting a brand new WarioWare game for a very long time. And at 2 AM, Nintendo dropped a demo. I had a couple of worries going in. They are gone. This game is everything I wanted it to be. So WarioWare games are always really simple. You have these micro games and you basically have to figure out the controls, what to do, and clear them within like 4 seconds. It's utter madness, and going back to the first game, most games just control with the D-pad and the A button. It's so simple, but they get so many ideas out of that control scheme. But seeing that Get It Together has playable characters rather than controlling the game itself had me a bit worried. Would that limit what you can do and the creativity? Turns out, no. If anything, it expands it. So there's 6 different characters, and they all control very differently, making the games play differently too. Wario's got a jetpack so he can fly freely around the screen, but he's also got his Wario Land Bash. He's a very well balanced character. Then there's Cricket, who's basically a platforming character. He's faster than Wario, but he can't fly, he just jumps really high. 18 Volt's really interesting. He can't move at all, he just shoots projectiles. Mona has a boomerang that can flow freely around the screen, but when she's not using it, she's constantly accelerating, making some micro games a bit hard, but that boomerang is really good. Cat and Anna are always jumping. They're really fast, they jump really high, they have shurikens, but they will not stay still. Then there's Orbulon, who can fly around and use a tractor beam to move things around. But what's really cool about all these characters is they don't just throw them into games that weren't made for them, they adapt the games for them. If 18 Volt needs to move, then every single micro game is adapted for him. These hoops just aren't here unless he is. Cricket needs to press these buttons to get out, whereas Wario can just charge his way through these blocks. This kind of diversity really adds replay value to the game, but it goes way beyond that. In classic WarioWare style, the micro games get harder the longer you play through a stage. So not only are they adapting for the difficulty, but they're adapting for the characters, and they're also adapting for the number of players. A lot of WarioWare games have a multiplayer mode, but it's never quite been like this, because now you can play the same micro game together. In Smooth Moves you took turns, and the micro games were short enough for that to still be fun, but co-op is way better. So how do they change? Well, to bring back that helicopter one, both players have buttons on either side, but the button doesn't unlock your route, it unlocks the other person's route, so you've got to work together there. Some micro games don't change very much at all, whereas others add a few more quantities, like pick up more gems than you would in single player. The big strength though, is still the characters. When you go into a game, you either shuffle between 3 of them, or shuffle between all of them, depending on your preference. I kinda like the randomized element of all characters, it's really chaotic and fun. But some micro games are way easier as certain characters, and when playing in multiplayer, part of the fun is figuring out who's going to be the best for this game, and you've got to do that really quick, so you'd be like, oh, you can fly, just turn that wheel, I'll sit over here, you turn the wheel. On the more negative side though, when you pause the game, there's no retry or quit option, you just pause, there's no way to reset the game unless you just quit out and go back in. Hopefully that's just a demo thing, because it's quite annoying if you want to restart and just try again. Also, and this is important, WarioWare Gold let Charles Martinet speak in full sentences, so Wario was talking to us as if he were an actual person, which he barely ever does. There's a little opening in the demo, and Wario just kinda speaks words. Like there's subtitles, but he doesn't say all the words. Weirdly though, the other characters do speak all their lines, so I guess I'm a little worried that the cutscenes won't have the charm and full voice production as WarioWare Gold had. Maybe they will, but this wasn't too convincing.
Ooh, it's all done? All our hard work!
Yo, hurry up and show us!
Yes!
What's wrong with it?
We've only had a small taste with the demo, but I think this has the potential to be one of the best co-op games or multiplayer games overall. But the multiplayer angle didn't hinder single player, it was still really fun on my own. I think that's kind of what this game needs credit for, it's so flexible. There's gonna be over 200 microgames, and every single one is adapted for the players, the characters, and the difficulty. And when you strip away all those elements, you're just left with traditional WarioWare. This is the game we've wanted for a decade plus, and it's here, just evolved. This feels like a really good direction for the series, and I cannot wait for the full release. And this really is just a small sliver. There's 6 characters in this demo, and we know of 15 in the full game. This seems like the biggest WarioWare yet. Anyway, let us know your thoughts on the WarioWare Get It Together demo, and of course go to that subscribe button, and grab Mona, and throw her boomerang at it, and then grab Cricket, and jump at it, an 18-volt with his furry things. And we'll see you next time! Bye everyone!
Keep it up.